You certainly don't need me to tell you that technology is out of control. Our lives are now dominated by cell phones and iPads and Instagram and texting, etc. And there's no turning back. I am well aware of that. However, it is still important to try to manage our lives and our kids' lives as much as we possibly can. How many of you have heard the stories that I've heard over Passover when you have 6-year-old kids asking for iPads at the Seder for their Afikoman presents? They want gifts and they're asking for iPads. How many of you see little infants, almost babies, a year old, 2 years old, playing with mommy's cell phone? Who knows what they're doing with it, etc. Something has got to be done to try to at least make it manageable. So here are my 3 top tips of technology rules for kids. And of course it depends on your child, yes, and it depends on the age, but I'm talking about kids who are young and still under your control, under 16, let's say. And what can we do to explain to them and help them understand that having a cell phone, which is really a computer nowadays, is a privilege? Well, I suggest these following 3 rules. See if you can implement them. If you can, good luck. Okay, number 1, access. You've got to have access to their email accounts, etc., which means passwords, etc. No such thing as having a Twitter account for a 12-year-old and mommy or daddy can't get to it. We have to have access, and periodically we will be checking it. That's just the way it is nowadays. Number 2, we've got to understand that there is a curfew. Past X amount of time, you decide what that is, be it 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. There's no more texting. There's no more looking at your technology, etc. That's got to have a certain limit. And number 3, location. Bedrooms have got to be off limits for computers, etc. It doesn't mean that you don't trust your child. It means we don't even trust ourselves. Computers should be kept in local and public areas like kitchens and dens, etc., where everybody can see them. That's the best way to do it. That's the best way to keep a certain safety net on what's going on in this crazy wide world web situation that we're in now. See if you can implement these 3 rules. You're going to have a better life, and so will your kids. I'm curious what you think about them. Do you have your own rules? You think you can put these rules into effect or not? Certainly let me know, and certainly it's something to think about.